Hello and welcome to your Michigan Compass. Today we are at the fairgrounds of the Michigan Renaissance Festival. Now normally we would be going in and enjoying everything and watching some great acts and some talented bands and musicians and enjoying great food and all kinds of fun things. But because of our current situation, things have changed. Now the Michigan Renaissance Festival decided to do what's called the Festival on Parade, and that starts today. We're waiting in line right now. So we're gonna drive through the actual fairgrounds today. We'll get to see some of the entertainers doing some of the things they do best. We'll also get to try some of the food. They have a limited menu, so we can order the food and they'll deliver it right to our car. So come along with us and join us for the Festival on Parade. Well, fortunately, before I left, I checked the Facebook page for the Michigan Ren Fest, and I found out that a lot of people were reporting delays and long waits to get in. So before going, I made sure everybody used the bathroom, that we had waters and some snacks, and the gas tank was full. I think that was to our benefit. We're currently here at the very front entrance. We're only about maybe 200, 300 feet in from the front driveway. So two things I do recommend. If you get here, be sure that you've gone to the bathroom before going into the festival. The only porta potties that they have are at the very front of the festival. So you'll be waiting a while to get up to them, or you'll be taking a long walk just so you can use the porta potties. All right, so we're very close to where you would typically enter the Renaissance Festival. This is very close to the front. And this is where they have porta potties. It's the only porta potties we've seen. We've been in line for over an hour at this point, an hour and 20 minutes waiting to get in and do the Festival on Parade. Now, if you look straight ahead, you'll see the welcome sign, and that's typically where you would walk in to the Renaissance Festival. All right, so we're gonna drive up here and check in just a moment. And I believe they're gonna be giving us something. I'll let you guys know what that is as soon as I find out. All right, so we got checked in. They gave us a menu and a number that we can order food with. Not a phone number, but an actual number we use as our number, so they know who ordered the food and where it's going. Now this bag that you're seeing here, this is for kids under 9, and I haven't looked at it. It's a nice little backpack. I was wondering why they had asked if there was kids under 9, but looks like there's some activities in here, maybe some fun stuff. Oh, and look at that. There's a few snacks inside the bag. Nice little freebie that they're offering. And the other bag that was given to adults has a little small little cooler. It says 2020 Michigan Ren Fest. It's got a can of Red Bull and a beer koozie. And then there's also some coupons and ads and things like that. So that was very nice, considering that we weren't expecting to get anything. And yet here we are, and they've given us some extras with our entry. All right, well, we got here about 2:20. We've been here since 2:20 p.m. That was our check-in time to get here, and it is now 6 o'clock. And now we are just about to go in. After 3.5 hours, we've finally reached the entrance to the fairgrounds, all the way around the backside of the fairgrounds. Off in the distance over there, you can see a couple of tents set up, and they had a artisan vending area where you could buy goods from some of the merchants. But unfortunately, those vendors are leaving, and we have not even entered the fairgrounds. Well, I know I said we were going in a little while ago, but we're just now getting to that point.
I'm pretty much trying to keep him from running back to the stall. He is so done with today.
Hey, nice hat.
So done with today.
I like that hat.
And here we go. We're finally entering the fairgrounds. It is 6:18. Off to the right-hand side, you can see the pirate ship facade, and that particular store sells pirate costumes and outfits. A line of cars as far as the eye can see. Here's one of the stages that is normally set up with some stands for people to sit on, but you can see those stands are not in the proper position. They're actually upright right now, and I'm assuming that's probably to keep snow and rain from piling up and just pooling on top of those benches and causing rot. The fairgrounds look very empty and deserted without the vendors and the people walking around. Everything's tarped up. Coming up on the jousting area in just a moment. And we do have somebody up there wearing some armor of some sort. And it seems like the holdup here for this line is the food. And I think that could have been done much better than it's being done right now. I don't see anybody out here taking orders or doing anything like that, but I mean, we'll see in just a moment when we get up to this building that's just at the end of the jousting area, because I believe that's where people are getting their food. This is one area I would not want to be in when it rains. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dirt down here, and it's a little muddy right now, actually. So add a little bit of rain, and this could be a complete disaster right in here. Hopefully, that's not the case. But it is supposed to rain tomorrow, and that's why we came today. There are no jousters and nobody on horses, as we saw when we were coming in the entrance. The two horses were actually leaving for the day. Well, the holdup is definitely the food. As you can see by the cars over there. And then as we move this direction, there's a large gap of about 6 or 7 cars between those two areas. Well, I stand corrected. It looks like one of the horses, actually both of the horses, have returned to the jousting area. So there are some horses here. We just timed that a little bit wrong. All right, so we got our food at the first stop, and they give it to you in a cardboard tray. Didn't take too long, but I think it could be sped up if you ordered in advance and they had it prepared as you drive up and ask for that number that you're given on the menu. Of course, no Renaissance Festival is complete without one of these smoked turkey drumsticks. And of course, we had to try the Scotch eggs, which were delicious. Slowly making our way over to the next area. All right, well, the second booth that we went to is the Dragon's Lair booth. And these are both right when you come in to the fairgrounds on the drive-thru parade. The second one is organized so much better. We are still several car lengths away from that booth. They have taken our order, and we've already paid for the food, and the food will be coming back in just a minute, he said. So we're not even at the booth, and the food is already on the way back to us in just a moment. So much better organized than the first booth. Hopefully they can get this taken care of at all the booths, and I think that would make the festival move and work a lot better. All right, so we ordered the lobster mac and cheese. It was delicious, and the pulled pork sandwich with truffle chips, which is always a favorite of ours. All right, we are approaching Guinness Pub, one of our favorites when we come here typically.
Hi, is this thing running? Hi!
You know what the worst part about being here is? I can't walk over there and buy a mead.
Buy a what? Oh yeah, I know. That's right. There's nobody selling mead. That's the problem.
I know, it's so sad.
Oh, I just wanted my close-up.
And looking over at Guinness Pub, we see a few people standing out front. And the guy in the blue shirt there, the sleeveless shirt, I think I know that guy. That guy is a trickster.
Normally, I am on the one of the stages here.
Yeah, we've
year.
seen you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll be back next year.
Okay, we will too.
I know you recognize me. I have this little spiel that I do for everybody. So for those on the camera, normally I'm on one of the stages, but because of the apocalypse, I'm like, well, here. I'm Captain Sean. They call me the Pirate Magician. I prefer the Prestidigitate and Privateer. It's got a much better ring to it, wouldn't you agree?
Yep.
Now, I have discovered there is a singular problem. That's twofold. Number one, they don't know how to pronounce it. And number two, they don't know what it means. I go, what's that? I go, Pirate Magician? Well, why didn't you say that in the first place? All right. So, sweetie, I gotta warn you right now, 2/3 of half everything I tell you is patently false for entertainment purposes. This is not one of them. I'm gonna lie to you and I'm gonna cheat, but I won't steal. I don't do like pickpocketing stuff. That's not my gig. You okay with that? Very cool. Now, if this wasn't the apocalypse, I would hand you these ropes so that you could see that they're real, that they're not elastic, and that there's no magnets in there or anything like that. See how they're not sticking together? No, just kidding. Yeah. So, you'd agree that in comparison, this is a long rope and this is a short rope, right? Okay, so we take the long rope, we take the short rope. Now, this we're gonna call a medium length rope because it's longer than the short rope, but it's shorter than a long rope, right? You agree? So, I haven't started lying to you yet. It's coming, don't worry. So, I take the long, I take the medium, and I take the short piece of rope. And the question I have for you first is, what's your favorite magic word or phrase?
Unicorn.
Oh, unicorn. That's the first time I've heard that one today. A lot of people say abracadabra. That's the second most popular. You know what the first most popular one is? I don't know. No, I don't know is the answer. They say, I don't know. So, I take, now for me, my favorite magic word is Tiny Kangaroo Down Sport. Song by Rolf Harris. Google it, it's fun. So, what I have is I've got 1, 2, 3 even lengths of rope. Now see, remember I told you 2/3 of half everything I tell you is patently false? See, this is where I've lied to you. See, I've told you that I have 3 equal lengths of rope. And I have showed you that I have 3 equal lengths of rope, correct? But see, I cheated. And I could prove to you that I cheated. Would you like to see me prove to you that I cheated? See, the reason why I can prove that I cheated is because in all actuality I have 1, 2, 3 unequal lengths of rope.
She's like mesmerized.
I'll let it sink in for a second.
That was amazing.
Would you like to see something different? Well, you're kind of stuck. It's
She's
not like you're going
speechless.
anywhere quickly. This is the definition, truly, of hurry up and wait. So what I have is 4 rings. We'll start with 2. They sound like they're solid. Now, if this wasn't the apocalypse, I'd actually put this ring in your hand and I would do it all right there in your hands, but they won't let me, so you're just gonna have to watch from there. This is what they call solid through solid.
That's amazing.
See, those eyes get a little larger and a little larger as she's watching, but she's got that straight face. She's not giving up a smile. Now it starts picking up in pace, because watch this, see?
Oh my god, that's so cool.
And then we take 2 and 2, and then just like before, we go right back where we started. 1 and 1. Did you like that? Oh, very cool.
Very
Thank you
nice.
much. I greatly appreciate it. So, and of course, I'm Captain Sean, the pirate magician. See you next year.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Typically, we would stop at this location and get some honey sticks and maybe a couple honey candies. We've got the leather store next to it and a couple other places. And as we pan over this way, the swinging ships, the self-powered swinging ships, are closed and covered in tarps. Normally, you'd be able to see the Unicorn and Pegasus over here, but not this year. The castle looks almost as if it's been abandoned. Still backed up as we wind our way through the village. Well, it's starting to get dark. It is about 7:30 in the evening here. The festival would typically be closed. We still have quite a ways to go though. And I doubt that there'll be any more entertainment as it's starting to get dark. Well, we're getting close to 8 p.m. We've only seen the one entertainer. We still have a few spots left to go. The line is backed up here at the next food stop. So unfortunately, we're gonna see if we can take a shortcut and exit out after this next stop. Well, we ended up getting the cider float, which was delicious, and the bacon cinnamon rolls, which were unfortunately not cooked all the way. All right, guys, well, it's about 8:15, but I'm gonna leave my final thoughts until tomorrow. And just like that, it is the next day. I've had a little bit of time to reflect on our experience yesterday and wanted to maybe give you some tips for what to expect. I would plan for a longer day, maybe a half a day. I would also plan to come in the morning. If you can book a morning time slot, I think you'll be better off with a morning time slot. You won't have to worry about it being dark or the entertainers leaving, or if you want to stop and visit some of the merchants, they should still be there. Use the bathroom. Definitely use the bathroom before you get there, because if they don't move those porta potties, the only porta potties they're going to have are the ones at the front entrance, and could be a while before you get there. I would also advise bringing some snacks and some water bottles, just so that you don't get hungry or thirsty while you're waiting in line. And then lastly, make sure you fill up your gas tank. I did see a lady who unfortunately ran out of gas. They did fill up a small gas tank and brought some gas out to her, but you don't want that to happen to you. So be sure you've got at least a half a tank of gas so you don't have that problem. As far as the festival goes, I think there's a few things they could implement to help things move along quicker. The food ordering was a little bit slow. We did find that the second booth that was coming up and taking orders 7, 8 cars down from the actual booth was moving much quicker. That's a good way to do things. And another way might be to pre-order the food and pay in advance, so you don't have somebody taking cash at the festival and people just come up and get their order by their order number. Another thing we noticed is that there's bypass lanes, but they weren't clearly marked. And the problem is when somebody pulls up and doesn't realize that they're not ordering anything at that particular booth, they're stuck in line, they may not realize they can bypass and take the bypass lane. That being said, it was the first day, and I would still recommend going. I'm hoping they get this fixed, and I think they will. This was the first day, so we've got to give them a little bit of leniency here. You know, the first time you do something, it never goes according to plan. So hopefully this is going to be a much smoother experience the next day that they do this. All in all, this was a fun trip. Go check out the Michigan Renaissance Festival on Parade in Holly, Michigan. As always, we'll put a link to the Michigan Renaissance Festival in our show notes. And if you have any comments or would like to offer some suggestions, by all means, leave those. We'd love to hear from you. If you guys enjoyed this video, you might enjoy another video we did about a place called Magic Quest. It's a fun, interactive experience where you go through different rooms that are themed after different lands, and you use an interactive wand which you aim at certain things and they interact with what's going on in your adventure. I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the compass. We'll see you next time, and remember, adventure is only a short drive away.